Welcome to a new series of Healthy Desi Pakistan. Each Monday I'll be sharing how you can make your everyday food choices delicious but healthy. Talking about health and food. My phone's ringing. Hello? Hi, Mr. Rabbit. How are you? Oh, is it? Fasting today. It starts today. All right. It's your first day of fasting today. Okay. Wow, there'll be lots of delicious dates available. If we are just meeting, my name is Darius and my passion is helping you with the best tips and tools for building your top level health. How to eat more fruit and veggies, travel healthy, and lose weight for good. I travel the world to taste the highest quality fruit, veggies, herbs, nuts and seeds and learn about healthy natural remedies from local people to broaden my knowledge as a plant-based nutritionist, advisor, weight loss coach and chef. I lost 25 kilograms, 55 pounds and I kept it off for 6 years as for 2020. I'm currently helping women around the world to lose weight for good, get healthy and change their lives. If you got value from my videos, consider subscribing and smash that like button. So are dates precious to you?
Very precious.
Why?
Ever since I was that big.
Are you bigger now?
A little bit.
Today, because we are in the month of Ramadan, the holy fasting month observed by billions of Muslims around the world, let's talk about fasting and health. In my opinion, as a nutritionist advisor, a weight loss coach, and as a chef, I can honestly say fasting can have beneficial effects to their body in a number of ways, including the effect that it has on boosting our immune system. The soldiers and guards, the natural protectors in our body that keep us healthy and protect us from the outside dangers. Yes, even they need some help sometimes to bulk up their muscles and make them stronger, to protect us from all the nasties out there, especially during pandemic. Did you know there is evidence that even our ancient ancestors recognized the benefits of fasting? Did you know that? There is evidence that the ancient Egyptians fasted for long periods to purge, to rid their bodies of undesirable conditions and diseases. It's not just the Muslims that fast religiously on annual basis. In fact, in addition to the month of Ramadan, in the Muslim calendar, fasting is also observed in the month of Lent, in the lead up to Easter for Christians, and during the Yom Kippur in Judaism. Perhaps they were all onto something, but what are the benefits of fasting? Well, many studies have shown that fasting can actually have beneficial effects on the immune system by reducing the amount of general inflammation that can occur in cells around the body. Fasting is thought to put the body into an energy conservation mode due to the lack of nutrients, vitamins and minerals coming in. In an effort to save energy, the body recycles many of the old and damaged immune cells, which later promotes the generation of new, healthier immune cells. When the fasting period ends, these new cells are quicker and more efficient at fighting infections, so overall immunity improves. So what kind of fasting do I follow and how does that differ from the way Mr. Rabbit fasts? Mr. Rabbit was born into a Muslim family and naturally follows Ramadan fasting, whereby Muslims abstain from eating and drinking from sunrise to sunset. During this month of Ramadan, Muslims also abstain from habits such as smoking, caffeine, sex, and gossip. This is seen as a way to both physically and spiritually purify oneself while practicing self-restraint. So Ramadan is a time of spiritual reflection and self-improvement. What I also find very special is that the aim of fasting includes compassion towards the poor and trying to understand and put yourself into their shoes of how it can be without food, living without food. What kind of fasting do I follow? Each November for the last 4 years, I have carried out my fasting in the form of juice-only fasting for around 30 days. What this means is that I drink only juice of vegetables and fruit, no solid food whatsoever. So I can have an apple only if it is juiced through a juicer. I was amazed with how much this experience changed my life. I love November so much that I now consider November my most humbling time of my year. I call it a Mother's Nature Botox for my mind and body, a deep tissue regeneration, a loving time for my body to heal at a mental and physical level. Each year, when I'm finishing my juicing month, my skin is glowing, my energy levels rocket, my mind is at peace, I feel free and reborn again. I even get questioned by some friends on whether I have fallen in love again. Seriously, that's true. But please don't tell Mr. Rabbit. You may be wondering now, do Mr. Rabbit and I agree on doing different things? Well, it took us both time and a lot of communication, but in the end, we understood that we come from different cultures, and the most important thing for both of us is to respect this and accept each other. Just as we are, as long as we can grow together as a couple, treating each other with love and respect. But we both agree that fasting for us is healing the mind and the body. We become better humans, and it has a beautiful influence on our relationship, and this is what really matters to us. So I understood the mind over matter body experience, which I learned from Mr. Rabbit, and he understood the importance of living in a healthy physical body with no unnecessary pains and constraints. I observe that humans have got themselves lost in today's world of food, especially of fast food, and attracted to more illnesses as a result. It is in our experience that temptations and ways of the world tend to spoil our purity and austerity. Thus, we indulge in food all of the time, snacking and nibbling the whole day, heading to obesity. Today, it is abundantly clear that we drink too much coffee, too much tea, and way too much high sugar content carbonated drinks. So what are the benefits of fasting for a month? Dates? For me, fasting is a month of self-regulation and self-training, with the hope that this training will last beyond the end of my fasting time. If the lessons learned during fasting, whether in terms of food intake or just the conscious side of the body, are carried on after, their effects will be long-lasting. It has been found that the month is effective in the breaking of the bad eating habits and helps with the removal of food dependency. For so many people around the world, food is a huge emotional significance in their life. Whether they are upset, angry, stressed, or even happy. People seem to turn to food to either reward themselves or to help make themselves feel better. As a result of this, and due to the availability of it, the purpose of food to feed us has been removed and replaced with other purposes, therefore leading to our unhealthy relationship with it. During the month of fasting, the separation between man and food for 30 days allows for us to break the habit of leaning on food whenever we are in an emotional state. Instead, we can turn to other things to reward ourselves, to fill in this void, such as exercising, writing, reading, meditating, or praying, etc. As our perspective has been forced to shift, and we are able to see different mediums that will help create a feeling of contentment within us, which is done not just by eating of food. This then allows for our minds to become free. Throughout the day, many of us may not have realized, but we spend a lot of time thinking about food. Whenever we are daydreaming about food, thinking about what food we need to buy or what we should eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, a lot of our time and thoughts are dedicated around food. I found a date heart.
It's a love heart.
It's a love heart
It's
made
a
from
love,
date.
Yeah, it's a love date heart.
A love date heart. Hello, love date heart. You're very beautiful and very sweet, I think. Later Mr. Rabbit will find out.
Medjool dates, medjool.
I didn't say you can take all of these dates.
No?
No. You know, sharing
Just
is
one.
caring.
Just one?
Just the one.
Another heart one.
Not only does fasting improve both physical health and spirituality, but it has also been proven to help improve mental health. Fasting produces a tranquil heart and mind. Mental disorders are one of the common worldwide problems nowadays. Our minds are not free to think, but are constantly occupied by having to digest food. Our environment is more than trees, water, land, and air. It is a sense of peace and understanding of our place in our society. It sustains our satisfaction in life and our interest in caring for life around us. Recognizing the sustaining forces that make up our environment sometimes requires a time of deep introspection. The fasting process has the ability to modify behaviors and shape life patterns in ways that improve our entire environment. Focusing on an empty stomach inspires incredibly rich perception of the internal forces sustaining us and our environment. Patience is the first test, arriving with the self-pitying pains of self-deprivation. We learn to endure them patiently, handling hunger because we have no other choice. When we restrict our food and drink intake, our senses are more alert. This allows us to be more connected to ourselves, from our speech to our thoughts and our ideas. Understanding ourselves better gives us a better direction and allows us to make better decisions. In fact, in my opinion, as a nutritionist advisor and weight loss coach, fasting could be an ideal recommendation for treatment of mild to moderate stable non-insulin diabetes, obesity, and hypertension. All this besides the amazing psychological effects of fasting as well, which is peace and tranquility in these times of highly stressful and fast-paced lives that we are living. In the next part of Healthy Desi Pakistan, both Mr. Abid and I will have a chat and ask each other questions about fasting when opening our fast. We'll also have something very delicious for you, a treat to open your fast, so stay tuned. Are you ready to be taken by nature?
Let's get taken by nature.
Come on then. on, Mr. Rabbit, come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Faster, 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 faster.